Oh, lots of chats already. Oh, we're on already. Hello, everyone. How's everybody today? Rainy day for us here in our area of Ontario. Didn't get hardly anything done today. Olive is lying down over there. And then as soon as she hears me talking to somebody, and she's wondering why there's nobody else in the room, so she starts going nuts. Olive, you want to say hi? People can't see you down there. All her grooming that she had the other day kind of wore off. Now she's looking a little bit farmy. Right? You're looking farmy? Okay, lie down. Lie down. Go in your pillow there. Good girl. That's enough, okay? Everybody can hear me okay? Everyone make sure you have it on live chat, not top chat. Mine's set on top chat. I guess every time you set up a live chat, it automatically sets it to top chat. Live chat. Okay, that way I see everybody, not just the top. Yeah, Olive, she's such a good dog. I mean, I think you'd be hard pressed to not find an old English sheepdog that is not a good dog. Because our other dog, Molly, was just like her. Fluffy, loving, smart. So good to have farm dog around. Oh, brother. I haven't done any more work on our chicken coop. Still the same as it was, but I checked it today and I did not see a lot of water inside. There was a little bit dripping in from where I shoved this plywood up underneath. But it's closed up enough that it's not going to get soaked. So hopefully this weekend I'll be able to work on it. And I wanted to show you guys some of this new merchandise that I got done. So I was going to do that on the weekend. And then I'm thinking, oh, maybe I better focus on working on that chicken coop. If I have to, spend a couple of hours out of my day to go on a live stream, then it's time consuming. And I don't work on the chicken coop. Hello from what? How do you say that? Collie. Hi, Chad from Rouyn-Noranda, Quebec. When can the girl cats go back out on the farm? Sarah Buckley. Okay, this is a good question. It happened today. So I hadn't been letting the Tango and Maggie out on the farm because they have a vet appointment today. Now, it didn't go very well. I went in there and I got Maggie relatively quickly, because I come in and I'm like greeting all the cats. I'm petting them all. Maggie comes over and I just pick her up and I'm trying to put her in the carrier. And she was like fighting me going in the carrier. I had to like kind of make sure she goes in because she was like holding her hands against the door. So I had to kind of squish her in and get her in. Anyways, Tango took off. She went out into the catio section. And this is early in the morning, mind you, because I had to be at the vet at 8:00. So it didn't go well. And I waited there, I don't know, 25 minutes maybe, inside the cat house with the little container of treats, shaking it and, hoping Tango would come out. And then Tango usually jumps up on the table. Hey, What are you doing? You're so needy. What happened? Can you see her pawing at me? You know, she's one of those dogs that when you don't give her the attention, she just keeps pawing at you. So cute, but I'm trying to work here. Anyways, so I got Maggie to the vet and it all went perfectly. She didn't have to be sedated or nothing. The vet and the tech just take her out and they give her the shots. Olive was with me because Olive got her updated rabies and updated something else too. FRV. Hey, don't touch the keyboard, okay? I see what you're doing. I know you want to say hi to the world, don't you? Don't you? I'm talking here. And Olive is so good. She's so hyper, right? So she's happy to see everybody. But Maggie did very well. And we were in and out of there in probably an hour, roughly. But I wasn't able to get Tango there. So it was either a choice of going to the vet without Tango, which is what I did, or I'm basically going to miss the vet appointment, or I'm going to be late. So I'm not the kind of guy that likes to be late, you know. So I booked Tango on another day, and I booked Fozzie in too at the same time. I figure once Tango settles down after a few days or a week or whatever, I can scoop her up and put her in the carrier, and then I can get Fozzie in the carrier, and I'll take him in too. Hey, that's enough? That's enough? You're heavy. By the way, when Olive was at the vet today, they weigh, every time she goes to the vet, they weigh them, right? She was 72 pounds. So really, 72 pounds is small for an old English sheepdog. Because our other dog, Molly, was 96 pounds. Yeah, I know. But you guys think she looks huge. Like, look at the size of this wildebeest. Right? Okay, down. That's enough. Gets heavy after a while. Okay, I know. Look, she's squishing her head in there. Move. Don't touch the keyboard. Sorry. Lots of action in the dungeon today. Ow. Ow. Chad, are you watching the soccer game? You know what? I haven't watched any of the soccer game. I haven't even been watching any of the baseball games. The Toronto Blue Jays, which is my team, they had a slow start to the season, although they've been playing really well lately. So hopefully they can make up some ground on the Yankees, and I think there's two other teams in front of them. Oh, the feline leukemia virus. Susan Workman says, yeah, that's what they got. So Maggie was at the vet today. She got her updated everything because she already had the vaccines when she was in for the spay. And then today was just the booster. Yeah. How big, Michael says, how big is Fozzie's carrier? Does he fit in a usual cat carrier? No, I got a little bit of a bigger one for that, Chonkers. I could probably fit him in there, but he won't be able to turn around. You know what I mean? Like if I put him in head first, he'll just be facing the back of the carrier because there's no way he'll be able to contort his chub. I'll try to show it when I do that. Olive is mostly fur. Yeah, Kelly, she's like 5-6 inches of just hair hanging off. Yeah, Olive does want to say something, Bev. She's like, who's this guy talking to? Oh, brother. Oh, Zipped Up Kits. Holly, how you doing? Got a question. Can you explain the different wall boards? One looks like MDF board and the other looks like actual siding. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing on the very front of the chicken coop and 4 feet on the sides. So it's like the front, and then it's going to wrap around 4 feet on the sides. It's going to be slabs. So it's like the cutoff slabs that I make on the mill. So I'm going to do a bit of work and finagling and fitting, and I'm going to use all those extra pieces as siding, and then I'll end up putting the oh gosh, what's it called? There's a special, it's not really like caulking, chinking. That's what it is, chinking, just to seal up all the gaps there. So the OSB looking particle board on the front and the 4 feet on the sides, that's going to get covered in house wrap, which is like that white paper stuff. And that makes it waterproof, but still breathable. And then on the top of that is going to be like the log look. Um, Hopefully a log look. That's what I want to go for anyway. Then the other portion of the sides and the rear that you see that siding stuff, that's going to stay like that. That's done. I might just put some trim work around it, and I'll have to put some, I don't know, maybe some 14-inch pieces along the bottom as like a skirt, because I don't want the chickens to go underneath, because it's not tall enough that the chickens can go underneath. So I don't want them getting stuck there, or if ever they go under there, and I won't be able to get under there to get them out. You know what I mean? So that'll all be closed off. So hopefully that explains it. Let me think. I think that'll be shown in the next episode, because what I have to do basically before I put the house wrap on, I have to cut open the windows, because right now the wood and the siding on the back is just covering the window. So I need to kind of use the zip thing. Let's go bzzz, and I'll be able to cut out the windows and get that done, then get the house wrap on, and then put the siding on the front, which is like the leftover log pieces. Once I get the leftover log pieces on the sides, then I'll be able to start framing in the run and the other run on the other side. So I think in the next episode, you'll definitely have a good idea what I'm aiming for. Hope that explains it. Rick says, I love watching everything you do on the farm. That's good. That's good, Rick. Thanks for joining us. Do you grow catnip and cat mint for the cats? Andy is asking. Yes, Andy, in the garden, we have 1 8-foot garden bed. It's like a 2-foot by 8-foot garden bed full of catnip. I guess it's catnip. Some people say it's cat mint. I always refer to it as catnip. I remember the little packet of seeds that we bought said catnip. But anyways, we did harvest last year, and then I dried it all out. And then I had kind of a hot chocolate can that I kind of crumbled all of the dried catnip, and then I kept it in there. Actually, I still have a little bit left. But yeah, we do that. So you'll see that in some of the videos too, because sometimes we're in the garden and then Fozzie will come in there and then he'll go find the catnip, and I kind of make fun of it and joke and stuff like that. So yeah. Tammy Brazo says, I'm so late. Why is Fozzie going to the vets? He just needs to go to the vet. Tammy, since I've had Fozzie, he's like never been to the vet. So I can't confirm that he's neutered or not. I suspected that maybe he wasn't, because maybe that's what happened to Bubbles' ears, but I don't know. Bubbles' ears is like a mystery. Some people in the comments of the video and the live stream that we did about it, they're suggesting it was frostbite, because it looks like it's just cut off at the tips. And I mean, maybe it is frostbite. The vet couldn't confirm 100% because the tips had already fallen off or whatever. But I don't know. I guess winter is cold, yeah, but they have heated cat tents. Frostbite has never been an issue in the past, and none of the other cats got frostbite. So, maybe it has to do with Bubbles' illness. Maybe her body wasn't strong enough to absorb the cold, and that's why she got the frostbite tips, maybe. But we don't really know what happened. But she's doing great, okay? Bubbles is doing great. She was a little bit freaked out today because I was grabbing her mama Maggie and putting her in the carrier. So she kind of ran out with Tango. But When I brought Maggie back, which was just about an hour or so, I saw bubbles coming through the cat door, and I kind of put my hand out, and she did come over and smell my hands, but she wouldn't let me pet her. She kind of took off. But she wasn't hiding. Like Mango, you can't find Mango. When I'm putting the cat in the carrier, Mango takes off. Oh, Tammy, thanks for that. That's very much appreciated. Gosh, the vets are just so expensive. Today it was just Olive got a couple vaccines and Maggie got her boosters vaccines. I think it was like $240. No, $290. Canadian dollars, remind you. For all you Americans, that's a lot lower in American dollars because our Canadian dollar is worth so little compared to the American. Oh, Denise Gilmore says catnip is from the mint family. So that's why it kind of looks like mint in any case, right? Some people say you can make tea out of it, but we've never tried it. Don says, Chad, I bet you could deadlift 1,000 pounds. Yeah, I'm like a brute. I got just like natural strength though, and I've always had it ever since I was young, to be honest. I never had like a bodybuilder type physique. I was always, always, always the chubby kid, always. But I was athletic. My arms are super strong, my legs, I just always had a bit of a stomach. And of course, it got bigger over the years. But I am fairly strong for a guy that doesn't really look fit, I think, because I can pick up a lot of weight. And I don't hurt myself. I've never had any injuries about lifting weights. I've never had a back issue in my life or pulled muscles or anything like that. Because the thing is that I know my limits. Like if I'm trying to do something and I'm like, oh, no, that's my limit. I don't strain myself trying to do it. I know my limits. Sometimes I'm filming a video and I'll just show off throwing a log up over my arm and then carrying it. That's just for show in the videos to create some curiosity, wondering how is Chad picking up that big log? Wet logs are a lot heavier than dry logs, I'll tell you that. Michael says, I hope the vet recommends that Fozzie get more food. I don't know about that. We'll see what they're going to say. I don't even know if he needs to be vaccinated. We got Fozzie as a free cat back when, at the same time that we got Dexter, Maggie, and Chunk. We got Dexter, Maggie, and Chunk, and we had another cat who we lost to predators, Lovely. But those 3 cats were just baby cats. They were like maybe in between 7 and 9 weeks. We don't really know how old they are. This place I got them, which is about an hour and a half from us, Collingwood, they must have had like 50, 70 cats there. Really. So they didn't have the boys neutered, I guess. They were just breeding, and I don't know how they can afford to feed them all. Must have been thousands of dollars every month just to feed them. But in any case, the guy asked me, you want to take this cat? His name is Brother Osmandia. He's a good cat. He's being bullied by the other cats. You want to take this cat too? So we talked it over with my wife and we're like, yeah, okay, sure. And he's a great cat. Fozzie Bear is an amazing cat. Who's that? Mary Ellen. Oh, that's one name. Mary Ellen. I love your videos. I love Olive and all the cats. You're a wonderful person. Oh, thanks. Thanks. So nice to see all you guys support me and the channel and all we do. Tammy Brazil. Yeah, I still work for a living. You know, it might the term full-time is like loose because I have a very flexible schedule. I can kind of work around it. Like today I took a day off because I was supposed to take Maggie and Tango to the vets. But I still did some work on over the emails and stuff. I'm just going through the chat. Oh man, to get both my boys' teeth clean, it was $1,300. Holy smokes, that seems expensive. You're talking about cats, right, Rick? Boy cats? Or your dog? Could you say boys? Or are you talking about your sons? Not sure. Maybe I need to go forward in the chat. Oh, Don says, Rick, you mean cats, not kids, huh? Oh, Holly says, I make catnip tea to help me sleep. It's nice with honey. You know, my wife has been giving us, the two of us, every single evening this hibiscus tea. And it helps me sleep too. I mean, I never really have a problem sleeping in the first place, but I definitely feel good after drinking that tea. And it's hibiscus, and she adds like honey in it, and I think she puts lemon in it as well. We like drinking tea every night because it just, I don't know, helps you digest, helps you sleep, keeps your system regulated. And I think a lot of different teas do that, especially if you're drinking it on the regular. If you just never drink tea and then all of a sudden you drink tea, it's not going to have as much of an effect. Bev says maybe Fozzie doesn't need vaccinations. Well, this is the thing. He's already old. Like, I mean, if I can trust the guy that we got him from at that time, he said he was 5 years old. Now, I honestly don't know how he would know the ages of all his cats because, like I said, he had like 50, 60, 70, maybe more. And we'll see. We've had Fozzie for several years now. So if his 5-year-old estimation at that time is correct, then it means now Fozzie is 9 or 10 years old because we've had him for a few years now too. Okay, Rick, he means cats. I see it now. Don says it's quite something that Chad has enough money to pay for all that stuff. Did he win the lotto? A lot of people ask me if I won the lotto. I never won the lotto. My wife wins 20. My wife is the lotto player. I never buy a lotto. I don't even know how to do it. Here in Ontario, we have like Lotterio, Lotto 649, Lotto Max, and I don't even know how to buy lotto. My wife takes care of all that. But we don't spend a lot of money on lotto. It's just on the off chance that we might win 20 million or something, and then we'll be set for life. Don says, I love that cool bird feeder. Yeah. It is a cool bird feeder. And I think it's something too that I can just use those video clips from the bird feeder and I could just create some simple YouTube shorts out of it, and just watch the birds pecking and eating the food. And then I could put like a caption on the bottom of what bird it is. Something simple like that. Oh, Bev says too many cats are not good for too many vaccines are not good for older cats. Yeah, I mean, there's so many, I don't know, opinions about that. I mean, I always feel like vets are always pushing anything to make money. You have to kind of also assume that they're doing or telling you and recommending things that are what's best for the health of the cat. But Fozzie is a big guy, and he doesn't. I mean, he's slow, but I mean, he doesn't. When I pick him up and I'm squishing all his chub, he doesn't whine or. It's not like he's acting like he's in pain or anything. I mean, he might just be a big cat. Some cats are big. Like, look at Sushi. Sushi is a big cat too. Chunk, he's a big cat too. Dexter, Chunk, and Maggie are the same age, but Chunk is huge compared with Dexter. Brandy Man, thanks so much for that. She says, do y'all have rabies up there? Bats carry it. I think there's rabies everywhere, to be honest, but I don't think it's very prevalent. Just simply because Canada is like so much smaller. When Americans think about rabies and stray cats and stray dogs and wildlife and stuff like that, there's so much more of it in US. And I think it's just from sheer volume. But we do have rabies up here. There are cases, and vets always recommend cats who are going outside to get the rabies vaccine. And there's a couple other vaccines. One of them is, somebody mentioned, the FFPV, is it? There's also like a parvo thing. So they recommend all the outdoor animals get those vaccines. And I mean, it's not like it costs a lot of money for the vaccines. It is a hassle to get the cats over to the vet to do that, but we'll see what the vet says about Fozzie Bear in any case. And, he needs to get just an overall checkup, right? Like maybe they can check his urine and check his blood and that kind of stuff, just so that we know all his levels are all okay. Shorts are it's like a wild card, YouTube Shorts. It's almost like it's like a different viewer. And I mean, shorts are supposed to be good for attracting new viewers to the channel. But geez Louise, YouTube is just making things so hard. Like 2 years ago, 4 years ago, you put out a short, I would get like 1,000 subscribers from that short. Now you put out a short, I get 3 new subscribers. And they're the same kind of videos. It's just YouTube's changed the way they push and promote. I've already fixed that hole anyways in the cat house. Up in the peak of the roof line, there was a little hole there. I just shoved a piece of wood and screwed it in there. But you also have to think that something like bats or other wildlife who could possibly contract rabies, right? There's probably millions and millions of bats around, and then it's only going to be a tiny percentage of them that have rabies. I'm sure there's lots of bats that live their lives to the fullest without getting rabies. But I guess it's more common in bats that would bite other animals, like blood-sucking bats. A lot of bats just eat insects. That's what they do. That's why bats are good for us up here, anyways, in a cold climate. But there's bats in other islands in the Philippines, believe it or not, where my wife's from, and they're called like vampire bats, and they will like suck the blood of animals, mammals, even humans too. I've seen the videos. You don't even feel it though when they're biting you. It's just a little like a mosquito bite. But these bats that we have here, they're like that big. Does that give you an idea? No, that doesn't give you an idea. That's the size of my head. It's just like maybe 3 inches. It's like the size of a little mouse. But the cats, if they see something flopping around in there, they're dead for sure. The cats are going to grab those guys. No, there's been no sign of the bats since I closed that gap, Bev. Yeah. Horseheart says, I'm loving your new chicken coop build. Thanks. I'm trying to make it simple. I'm trying to make it so that it doesn't cost me a boatload of money. And I'm trying to make it so that it is very secure, but yet efficient at the same time. So I think I have a pretty good idea. A lot of people are asking me if I'm putting cement on the floor and if I'm insulating the walls and all that. I mean, that's just not necessary. Never mind the fact that that would make my chicken coop, triple the cost if I was to do that. There's not a lot of people that put chicken coops on a concrete pad, to be honest. It's not very common. There are situations where some properties already have a concrete pad and then they just decide to put a chicken coop there, but chickens like to scratch. So I don't know. There's nothing to scratch if it's all concrete, I think, anyways. Oh, brother. Rick says, Chad, you're an amazing hard worker, man. A good man. Yeah, Rick, pretty much ever since I was young, I had a good work ethic. And the thing with me is that I like being outside. So basically anything that I'm doing outside, I enjoy it. And if it makes sense, when I'm doing things like building a chicken coop or milling up some logs on the sawmill or driving around in the tractor going to harvest a tree in the forest or something like this, I don't consider that work. I just consider it like I'm having fun on my farm. The things that I consider are work are cleaning out the duck house, cleaning out the pig barn, when you have to shovel all the bedding out. That's work. I don't enjoy doing that. And it's like a hassle. We need one of those Elon Musk Optimus robots to come and help us on the farm to shovel all the poop out of there. That's what those robots will be good for, doing the hard labor. Gold over silver says Freddie and the girls are eager to get into their new home. It's almost like they know that I'm building their new home, eh, guys? It's so funny. They're always hanging around. Rick says, same here when I had my first paper route. So, Rick, I don't know where you're from, Rick. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I had a paper route. I'm trying to remember. I think I was about 11 years old, and it was the North York Mirror. This was the first paper route that I had, the North York Mirror. It was just a tiny little local paper, and I think on those years, we're talking like mid to late 80s. On those years, every little area of the city had their own little newspaper. And mind you, keep in mind, this is before the internet, before all that. So newspaper, everything was newsprint. And then I graduated up to the Toronto Sun, which was only delivered on Sundays. And I don't know, you learn stuff. You have to go out even when it's a blizzard outside to deliver those newspapers. And I used to do it on my bike, and I used to do it in one of those bundle buggy shopping carts, those old granny grocery carts. We called them bundle buggies. But I even tried strapping that onto my bike at one time when I was young. So I don't know. That's just little things like that help you to gain that work ethic. And of course, my dad, he always worked hard. My dad never did anything around the house though. They rented a townhouse at Don Mills and Shepherd, and he drove a bus for the Toronto Transit Commission for like his whole life. It was like 35 years when he retired. And I don't know. He worked hard, and I guess it wasn't like he was teaching me to work hard. He was just doing it himself, and then I guess I see him doing it and never calling in sick and stuff like that. Even in my own work, my job. Like I went a period without phoning sick for 15 years. And the only reason why I had to use up a couple sick days this was years ago, of course. I had to get all four of my wisdom teeth out, and I was already a little bit older, and my dentist said, "You're going to have a problem, big guy, because the the nerves are wrapped around the roots of these wisdom teeth. So we got to do it in the hospital. So they did it in the hospital and they took all of the wisdom teeth out in one shot, and he had a hard time taking them out. But in any case, it's gosh, I get off on all these tangents telling all these stories. I mean, you guys probably don't want to hear all these stories. But that was the last time I had to use sick time. I took 2 days off. When I was 17 years old, I partially tore my medial collateral ligament on my left knee. And that was, I think it was on a Wednesday or a Thursday. Anyways, I still went into work on the Friday. I was working Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. I still went in on crutches. And you know what my job was on that year when I was so young? I was moving furniture and I still went in on crutches. Anyways, fun times. Okay, now when I get off talking on a tangent like that, I lose where I am in the chat. But it's good. There's not a whole lot of people in here. There's only 100 people. Sometimes we have 300 or 400 people. But I just decided to do this live as ad hoc, just as a last second, because I've been working on this new merchandise and it's raining today. And I had booked the day off for these cats to go to the vet. So I don't have responsibilities. Bev says, Chad, do you get a vacation from your job? Yeah, if I want. There was one time there was several years that I didn't take any vacation, and then they owed me so much vacation, and I took a bunch of time off, and then they paid me a whole bunch. I don't like taking vacation though unless I have something to do. Oh, Holly says she had the same thing happen with the wisdom teeth. So what happened with mine too, Holly? In one, I can't remember which one, but one of the teeth, it had that what do they call it? Dry socket. It was so painful because the nerves were exposed to the air. So I went back into the doctor. He gave me oh geez, what's it called? OxyContin. That's what it's called here in Canada. Very, very strong painkillers. And he gave me some of those. So I was popping those pills. And then I went back to him because I said, look, I know that this stuff is a narcotic drug. I don't want to get hooked. It's not doing anything. It still hurts like hell. So he was a Jewish guy, and he goes, okay, I got just the thing. I got something from the old country, but it's going to be 2 minutes of the worst pain you ever felt in your life, or we can numb your face, but you're going to be numb for the rest of the night. So I said, give it to me, doc. Give me the pain for 2 minutes. I can take it. So, it's one of those, you're holding the thing and then he's doing his thing. And he had this goo. It was like some kind of a pasty goo. And he had a big long piece of fabric like gauze. And then he gets it all covered in this goo. And I'm strapped to the chair like this. And he's got 2 girls on the side holding my hands because they know what's coming. And then he shoved his finger with this fabric right down into the hole where the wisdom teeth was. And he wasn't kidding. It was like very painful just for like a few seconds. And then when he's like, okay, I'm done. And then I'm like, there's no pain. It's done. As soon as he put that substance in the hole, it basically blocked the air from getting to the nerves. No problem. But then you had to kind of leave that in there for a while, like while you're eating your food and stuff like that. Anyways, I have a pretty high tolerance for pain anyway. I'm not kind of a baby. Okay, where am I? Where am I? Bev says, Chad, you're so easy to listen to. You never know that about yourself though, Bev, right? Like even when you're doing something like social media and you're putting part of your life out online, your own self, your personality, it's not for everyone, right? You may like what I do and like my personality and like what I'm doing on the farm. There's an awful lot of people that don't like it, right? There's people that just, I don't know, they'll make a nasty comment or they'll just say weird things in the comments, I guess. I'm okay with it. I really don't care. Somebody in this last video, they said something about my wife looking like a goof when she's all covered in the netting to keep the bugs off, and I thought that was so stupid. Whenever I see those dumb comments, I like to reply to those comments because I'm not putting videos out online to get walked all over. You know what I mean? Because nobody would ever say that to my face. They only say those things behind the internet. And I told him too, I said, you're lucky there's an internet between us, buddy, because we'd be having words. What a stupid thing to say, though. You don't have to say that. If you don't like it and you think it looks wacky and it's dumb, just scroll on, just change the channel. But no, they still actually take the time to push all the buttons, to type in their comment. Like, who does that stuff? I never do that. If there's something that I don't like online, just scroll, you're done. But some people like to cause that trouble. But I'm here to tell you that I don't tolerate that kind of trouble. And if they continue their banter, they just get blocked. Anyway, I lost where I am in the chat. Look, cute. I want the same hat. So yeah, so what happens with the netting, anybody who's experienced that kind of bug netting, it just comes like in a net. And you kind of put it on kind of like a sock. So if you just have your head, the netting is pushed right up against your face. And it's right tight here. And that gets irritating in itself. Never mind the bugs, but just the net being there gets irritating. So what my wife's done is she's taken like a corn hat, and it has a wide brim on it so that it kind of drapes the netting kind of wider. And it's just personal protective equipment. One year when we finally get bees, you'll see us wearing those bee uniforms. So do we look like, do they have to be rude for people who are doing that too? I don't know. A lot of people just talk tough behind the internet because there's, nobody knows who they are. You can't look at them in the eye. But if they see big bad, Chad staring down at them, they're not going to say anything. Trust me. But you know what the truth is about the netting? If you don't have the netting, you're going to have like every single day, you're going to have 30 bug bites. So 30 today, 30 tomorrow, 30 the next day, it's a constant battle with the bugs. So you have to live with the bugs. What are you going to do? So you put the thing on. I don't put the thing on. I just use my hat and I'm like, I do one of these and I try to get them away from me. But also I'm filming. It's a lot harder if you're the guy filming because when you're trying to look through the screen, it's like you don't see very well. So you can't even hardly see the buttons on the camera. I'd be constantly lifting it off and I don't know. Speaking about hats, this is one of my new hats. See that? This is like embroidered. It's actually a good quality hat. I like it. So I ordered for myself because I like to test and visualize whatever merch we have So I think it looks pretty good. I like the Hidden Spring Farm. It kind of stands out. And then I have a dad hat version. This is a distressed hat. See? Does it make me look extra handsome or what? Not bad. So, new merchandise. That's what I've been working on for so long in my spare time. If you can believe I ever have spare time. Yeah. And we have a viewer. Her name is Kat Blake. And she actually designed a whole bunch of things for me. I wanted to show you this. I don't know who else is going to like it. I know Holly would like it. But check this one out. You see that? Anybody who's a fan of the Dexter TV show would probably get a kick out of that one. I think. And I mean, now that I'm kind of making this launch of all this new merchandise, I'll be wearing it too. Olive, don't knock my water, okay, kiddo? Yeah. Anyways, I thought that was a funny play on the Dexter TV show. And he's got like a bloody knife like Dexter, you know? I got this one too that I made. I just made this one myself. And of course, look who that is. It's a spitting image of Miss Olivia. But I got to wear my hoodie down here because I'm in the dungeon. It's cold down here. What are you doing? What are you doing? You want a shirt too? Okay, move out of the way. I got to finish. Move out of the way. Move. Maybe she knows her face is on a TV shirt for the world to see. People honestly ask me a lot, when are you coming out with new designs? I want to see the new designs. This was a suggestion by one of you viewers. I honestly can't remember who, but they said, you should do one with Olive jumping over the fence. Looks just like Olive, don't it? It's created using photographs of Olive in any case. So that's 3 designs that I have to show you that I ordered for myself. There's also a whole slew of other designs. What I'll do, because I'm gonna, how can I explain? Inside the company that we work with is called Fourth Wall. Hey, that's enough. Come on, that's enough. I know you want to be sweet, but no, that's too much. What do I do when you're on a live? It's like I can't work. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So YouTube has like partnerships, I guess, with kind of a handful of companies that are like print on demand companies. And the one that I work with is called Fourth Wall. And what I'll do is put the link in a community post. And of course, I have to tell people that this new merchandise is now live. Because there's only 100 people in this live stream now. So whoever would watch this later, and then, but it's good for people to be aware. I'll probably talk about it too in a video because I get most of my views through the videos. The live streams don't get the same amount of views as the videos do, to be frank. But yeah, so I've been working on it for a while, and I don't have any way to put the link up on the screen for you guys because I don't have I just use YouTube's live stream. But in any case, it is live in the Fourth Wall page on the Hidden Spring Farm main channel page. There's a heading there, you'll see videos, shorts, live, playlists. There's one heading there that says store, and you can click on that, and then it'll probably show you a couple, and then there's little links for Hidden Spring Farm, and that takes you to the Hidden Spring Farm store, and you can just browse in there. There's a whole bunch of different products. There was somebody who requested me to make women's V-neck t-shirts, and I said, okay, yeah, that makes sense, because the last time I did merch, which is 2 years ago, I didn't do that, and they were all just kind of like men's kind of unisex t-shirts. And so what I did now is for every single design that we've created, we have the main unisex t-shirt, and we have a V-neck t-shirt specifically for women. I guess, the body type fits differently. There's all sorts of different sizes available. But of course, also remember that this is a print on demand service. And what that means is that it's not like me, Chad Smith. I'm not ordering 10,000 pieces, and then every time somebody orders one, I have to spend the time to package it up and mail it and do all of that. And I'm trying to make my money back because I purchased all the shirts. That's not the way this works. The way this works is it's print on demand. So whenever you guys order something, they print it up just for you at your size that you requested, and then they ship it, and they take care of all of that. So every time, I'm trying to think, I think it's $9 now. So every time somebody buys a shirt, I will get $9 from it, which of course counts as income. So you got to pay tax. But yeah, so it's like if you end up selling like a lot, you can make a little bit of money at least. But anyways, so there's a bunch. There's a winter hat. There's summer hats. Oh, I got a few. But I don't know how exactly they turned out. I like them. It's just because they're embroidered, eh? So that's Chunk, obviously. Then we have one with the Dexter too. He's the farm panther. Then we have Fozzie, the farm boss. Keep in mind it's embroidered, right? And Olive, the farm dog. Actually, Olive looks good. Hers, I think. Olive wants to see it. Okay, move. Whew. What are you doing? You breaking the box? Sorry. I think they're just like generic type clothings. You know what I mean? They're not made with fancy brand name clothings like, I don't know, whoever makes those kind of things. It's not a branded thing. Let me see who makes it. Oh, it's this. Comfort Colors. But it's a good quality t-shirt. I wear them all the time in my videos because I think it looks good. They're comfortable. They're fairly durable. I mean, any kind of graphic tee that has a graphic on the front, if you launder it 20 times, yeah, over time it's going to get faded. That's just natural. You're using it. So anyways, that's an official launch of this merchandise that I've been working on. And thanks to Kat Blake, because she helped with a lot of the designs. Some of them I designed myself, but she did some work behind the scenes, all for free. She didn't charge me or nothing. She's a regular viewer of the channel. So thank you, Kat, if you're watching. I'll thank you again at some point, too. I think I'm doing this merchandise differently than most other YouTube channels in general. And I've looked at, several farm type channels, they only have one or two t-shirt designs. They only have one or two hats. You know, I've kind of taken the route that we have all these kind of characters on the farm that people have connections to. Some people like Chunk, they think he's like a Russian blue cat, and they have their own Russian blue, so they make a connection. And people like Fozzie and people like Dexter, and some people like the black cats, right? So there's all these different connections, and it's nice if I'm able to at least provide a little bit for everybody, maybe. It's not a perfect system because so many of the cats that we have, for example, and even some of the ducks and the chickens, I tried making something and it didn't really turn out nice on hats. So I decided not to make those public. I just kept it hidden in the fourth wall website because I don't like the way it looked. It didn't come out nice. I had one with bubbles on it, but I do have a Bubbles t-shirt. Anybody who likes to support our farm Princess Bubbles. And you have to check it out. There's a bunch of other designs. It's not just these ones that I've shown you because there's far too many. I'd have like 10 t-shirts here to show you. Anyways, it's all in fun for people who like to support what we do here on the farm, and at least you guys get something out of it as well. And of course, we appreciate any support that we always get. Dexter, let's have another look, please. Oh, somebody's asking for another look at Dexter's. It's very intricate. So you need like a better look. See that? It's nice. It actually has the same font as the Dexter TV show. And I like the Dexter TV show. It was one of my favorite shows for like years. I always get sad when my favorite shows end. It's like I really like the Game of Thrones TV show. Any of you guys who watch it and like it, you just know it's a really, really well-made show. And man, oh man, it's like I miss it. But they're making a bunch of spin-offs too. Bubbles Tea. Yeah, she does have her own t-shirt. I just don't have one with me. But it's a Farm Princess t-shirt. I just tried to do like a collection with farm on it. Like, so we have Farm Boss, Farm Panther, Farm Princess, Farm Chunk, Farm Dog. And I tried to do that. But I can probably produce some other cats and other characters on the farm as well, but it won't be on a hat that's embroidered because it's like if you think about Maggie's face, her design, it's very intricate, Maggie. Like she's a very beautiful cat. It's almost like when you translate all those different colors and stripes and everything into an embroidery, it just turns into one blob. So it's not nice. I didn't want to go ahead and put that live. Gold over silver says, is Billy showing yet? It's really hard to tell because they're pot-bellied pigs, but I kind of feel like there's a little bit of roundness growing because over the winter, the pigs really trim down their weight. Well, I was only feeding them the right amount of food. So they kind of went down to the right amount of weight based on the vet's recommendation. You should have Hidden Spring Farm on the t-shirt. Well, we do have one that has Hidden Spring Farm. This one has Hidden Spring Farm. And the one I'm wearing with Olive's face on it has Hidden Spring Farm. We have the hats that have Hidden Spring Farm. It's the Hidden Spring Farm all over the place. Don says he never saw any of those shows Or The Sopranos. You never saw The Sopranos? I mean, if you enjoy those kind of mobster movies, Sopranos is the thing. It's one of the top shows. I mean, Sopranos has to be at least maybe in my top 8 shows. It's like I can't really identify which TV show is my absolute favorite by far, but I definitely have a group of TV shows. I really like the Dexter TV show. I really like Breaking Bad TV show. I liked The Walking Dead for the first 3, 4, 5 seasons. After that, I didn't like it anymore. What did I say? Game of Thrones? Yeah. There's a whole bunch of other TV shows that I really like. I like The Sopranos. I think HBO produces really good TV shows. But there's a lot of TV that, I mean, you can't even really call them TV shows anymore. They're more just like series because it's not even on TV. Like if you think about all the streaming networks, like there's one with Stallone called The Tulsa King, and I haven't seen it yet. I think it's on Paramount. I think Paramount or Prime, one of the streaming networks that I don't get. But yeah, so I want to watch that show. I mean, hopefully one time I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll get it, and then I'll be able to watch. But that's not on TV. That's on the streaming. Mind you, you're watching it on the TV. So I don't even know if we should be calling them TV shows anymore because I don't think I watch any TV shows on network TV anymore. Nothing interests me. Like back in the 90s and 2000s, I used to like Friends. I used to like Seinfeld. I used to like The King of Queens. I used to like Home Improvement. I used to like, gosh, I can't even think of them all. Like there's so many good sitcoms and that were really good shows. And then I don't know, they don't make those anymore. Now we got to watch something else like The Kardashians or Dog the Bounty Hunter or something that's based on reality, even though it's not real reality. You want real reality, you watch The Hidden Spring Farm because it's unscripted TV. Oh, yeah. Paramount has The Tulsa King. Great show, but not the 3rd season. Well, I mean, that happens sometimes, I guess. Hopefully they can come back. You know what else I like? I like the Yellowstone TV series with Kevin Costner. But then I haven't yet watched the last season where they changed it and they changed the script and all that. And now they have a new series out, and I'm seeing the clips in the YouTube shorts, and I'm like, man, I want to watch that too. The Dutton Ranch. I like those TV shows. I think Taylor Sheridan, he's making some good shows. He's the guy that did Mayor of Kingstown, and he's the guy that did Landman. I'm like, man, I need to watch that. Tim the Tool Man Taylor. Yeah, you know it, right? Miss the Tool Man. Huh? Such a good show. I remember there was a time in my house when we were growing up. I had 2 younger brothers and my mom and my dad, and we used to watch it like one episode came out every week, and we used to practice 2 different things. The one thing that we practiced was Home Improvement, Tim the Toolman Taylor's grunt. Oh, that kind of grunt that he does. The other one was The Simpsons. Mind you, we were younger then. I'm not interested in The Simpsons now, but The Simpsons, back when Homer Simpson, he used to go, don't, that kind of like, so we used to practice all this to try to sound like them as much as possible. Anyways, Millie Alford. I love Kevin Costner in anything. You know what? Me too. He has so many good films, and I don't think he's done a lot of TV apart from Yellowstone, but I was just watching a film with him the other day with Ashton Kutcher. Oh, what was it called? The Guardian. It's called The Guardian, and he plays like a instructor in the Navy SEAL program. not the Navy. It wasn't the Navy SEALs. It was the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard. And Ashton Kutcher plays this up and coming recruit. And then the two of them end up bonding, and he ends up teaching him so many life lessons. And I thought it was a good movie. But yeah, I like a lot of stuff that Kevin Costner's in. Sometimes I do the two-man Taylor grunts. Oh, it all depends. There's like the surprise grunt where it's oh, and then there's kind of like oh, 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 like when you feel like you want to beat your chest, like when you cut down a big tree or something. Oh, brother. Oh, The Bodyguard was another good one. The movie The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston, that my wife, well, we were just dating at the time. This was early 90s. We went to the theater to see that when it first came out. It was a great film. Chad, you crack me up. What time is it? It's 4:07. How long are we going to stay on for? You guys want to still hang out for a while? We've been on for 1 hour and 6 minutes. Why is that? Why is The Bodyguard not your kind of movie? It's got action, it's got a love story, it's got Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston singing. It's not a musical. Don't confuse The Bodyguard as a musical because it's not. I don't know. I like The Bodyguard. It's a great flick. Where is Miss Olive? She's right there. You missed it. Olive, come here. People want to see you. Come here. Come up here. See, here she is. See that? High five. What are you doing? Maybe she thought I had snacks. Oh, she almost knocked over my water. I keep moving my water because I got my mouse on this side and my water's on this hand because I don't want to use my mouse and drink the water while I'm using the mouse. Look at this beast. I know. You're such a loving dog. People want to see you. Look, people want to see you. Do you see your face in the TV here? Look. Rick says he's been off from recovering from surgery. Oh, man. What happened to you that you needed surgery? Very serious surgery or just like day surgery? Tammy's saying goodbye. She's off to get supper. Don keeps asking me, how long did it take for the cats to go through that bag of oral care I sent? Oh, I think they went through that. I don't think it was a week. I think it was 6 days. Yeah, maybe Olive wants dinner. I mean, no, I'll tell you what Olive does, Bev, okay? My wife makes the food for Olive. And basically, when it's dinner time, my wife prepares the food and then she taps the spoon to get all the food off. As soon as my wife tap, 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 then Olive starts to get excited and she starts doing these 360 spins. And then she goes over to where we have the food bowls. We have it raised up off the, it's like a stand where her food dishes are. But Olive doesn't finish the whole food then. Even though she acts like she's so hungry, I'll tell you what she does though. She takes out all the meat. She eats all the good stuff first, and she leaves all the leftover, like the veggies, the rice, the carrots, all the beans, like everything's left. Anyways, it's just funny because, she's always hanging out with me in the office. Like tonight is Thursday night. I'm doing the live stream now, so I have a free night. I don't have any editing to do because I don't have any videos. Oh, speaking about videos, I have a video coming out on Saturday. So 105 people in here, you'll get a Saturday video. It's not a farm vlog video though. It's my second sponsored video, but that's coming out on Saturday. Rick says, I've been watching you since day one. Really? That's cool. That's a long time. Since day one. That's July 2020. It's so interesting to see how you're building a YouTube channel. Like, I remember those early days of the YouTube channel where we didn't really have the farm built up, and I don't know, we had Molly the puppy, we had some ducks. I didn't have any of the houses built, and I only had maybe like 30 subscribers. It's so cool to see, like, okay, 5 years later, how far you've come. As I'm talking to you guys in the live stream right here, I keep getting these updates in my phone about birds eating at that bird feeder. And there was a bird that came in. It was a new species that I haven't seen it. It's called a brown-headed cowbird. So how many of you guys have seen a brown-headed cowbird? Anyways, I thought that would be funny. The fun thing about that bird feeder is, for me, is that I'm obviously aware that there's tons of birds on the farm. I'm aware. But I see the robins a lot, and I see the blue jays, and I see glimpses of other birds, but it's usually very quick. I try to zoom my iPhone in to try to get a shot of the bird, and then I've been putting the name of the bird up on the screen for you viewers. And I guess I didn't really realize that there were so many different species that I have not been seeing. And I guess I wouldn't have known that we have a brown-headed cowbird or that we have a rose-breasted grosbeak if it wasn't for that Kiwi Bit feeder who's taking a video clip of the birds as they eat. So I think that's very cool. Anyways. Don says, Chad, any desire to see the Odyssey? I guess Chris Nolan sold out to woke Hollywood. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just a film fan. I don't particularly pay attention to, I don't know, woke stuff or politics of Hollywood. If they want to change actors, I'll give it a watch. But I'm more of a character-driven viewer. So to give you an example, speaking about movies again, there is an awful lot of talk right now in all of the Hollywood forums and all the different channels that talk about actors and movies and stuff about the next James Bond. And it's always this ongoing argument that Idris Elba would make an excellent James Bond. And then it creates in the comments, you see so many people arguing. And I'm on the side that you can't change the race of a historical character like that. James Bond was written as a Caucasian guy from England. So I don't feel like you can just make him a black actor playing James Bond because he's not a black guy. I feel like that's just not a realistic portrayal. Now, if you're talking about any other type of movie that he could just be an action star, like Idris Elba played in a movie called, oh, I think it's called Beast, and he's with his daughters. He's in Africa visiting one of his friends, and they start getting tracked by this lion. And I thought it was a really exciting movie. So that movie is kind of the type of movie that it doesn't matter who's white or black or Chinese or Filipino or whatever. It doesn't matter because it's just a fun action flick. But I don't know. You can't take like Tony Stark's Iron Man and then have a black actor playing him because Tony Stark, the character, is a white guy. So I know that's what you're talking about, Don. This wokeness that comes out of Hollywood where they have like female actresses playing male characters, and there's a black actress who's playing the Helen of Troy character, and Helen of Troy historically is supposed to be this massively beautiful, goddess type woman that's not black. So that creates this woke, I don't know, nomenclature. But that doesn't usually stop me from watching things. I'm not like die hard on that I'm like, oh, I'm not watching that. I like Chris Nolan. I like his movies. I like the way he directs things. And I'm an overall movie buff. Love movies. Anyways, Rick Hale says, I didn't subscribe until much later. I'm very sorry. You don't got to apologize for that, buddy. Who knows? If you were watching, or like somebody like Bev. Bev is, for what I understand, you correct me if I'm wrong, Bev, but Bev is a relatively new viewer. And when I say new, I just mean like maybe in the past year and a half, or maybe months. I don't know. But that's an example of somebody who really enjoys. She always tells me she enjoys the channel. She always tells me she goes back and watches a lot of the old videos, and I see the comments coming in on some of the old videos. And I mean, it's exciting to have somebody that's, so excited about what we're doing here on the farm. And anyways. Antisocial 64 says, I liked it better when we knew nothing about actors' private life. So this is a whole thing for me. And this is one of the things that I feel like has changed in Hollywood in the past, I don't know, decade, maybe 15 years, at least since the social media has come out and streaming and all of that. Because here's the thing. It's like, how can I explain? If I like, there's years ago that I used to go to the movie because I wanted to see Arnold Schwarzenegger. I remember seeing Terminator 2 when it came out in like 1991 or 92. And I went to the show because I want to see him play the Terminator. He was the star of the show. I wanted to see Schwarzenegger. So what's different nowadays? I feel like there's no Hollywood stars anymore. There's celebrity characters out there, and I feel like you're right. We know way too much about all of the actors and what they're doing, and it's like we see their face constantly in social media. So what that does is it dilutes the fans' excitement for when a new film is coming out. I really don't care if George Clooney is in a movie. To me, he's just not like a celebrity movie star. Are there any movie stars anymore? Like, I'm talking about an actor or actress that is headlining a movie And that is the only reason why people are going to watch that movie. Does that exist anymore? Maybe Tom Cruise, maybe? He's still kind of like a Hollywood movie star kind of guy, Tom Cruise, right? But I mean, there's not, if there is Hollywood stars like that anymore, I don't think there's a lot of them. All of these young actors that are coming up nowadays, they're good. They're good actors and actresses. They're good looking, maybe, but they are not driving me to go to the theater. So that's because of social media. You're right about that. Whoever mentioned that, antisocial. And that's because we know way too much. There's no more mystery. There's no mystique. There's just this. We're thinking that these actors and actresses live these cool lives, but they're not. They're just people. And we see that they're just people because of social media. Just like me, I'm just people. Oh, Bev says I came in on December and it was a good day. Yeah. Yeah. That is a good day. We're happy to have you, Bev. Happy to have everybody watching the show. Millie says, what would be cool is show a couple of birds at the end of each video. I mean, something like that could be done. It would just depend on what video I'm doing. You know, if I'm making a chicken house build video, I wouldn't put that on, but maybe the vlogs, maybe I'll do segments here and there, or especially if there's kind of an interesting new species attending. We've been getting a lot of blue jays. So that's been cool. Waleska Quintana says, Merlin bird ID that I use to identify the sounds or songs. Oh, yeah, that's cool. But how does that work? You have to take like a video recording of the bird, the sound? That's what's cool about the bird feeders. You don't even have to do that. Oh, 6 months. Bev's confirmed. She's been with us for 6 months. Denise Gilmore says, what about a chick playing James Bond? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about all of the people who are, I don't know, like people refer to them as woke, but I don't really use that term in my real life. But James Bond as a man, as a character, was written as that, James Bond. The 007 is like his moniker. He is Agent 007. So if James Bond is no longer with us, James Bond the man, then it is possible that MI6 can promote somebody to be the new Agent 007. That's logical to me. It could happen. But James Bond is James Bond. You can't make him a woman. Somebody else has to play a different agent that can be the same kind of a movie, the same kind of secret agent spy kind of movie. Still have all the same gadgets, but it's not James Bond. But I think who is it? I think it's Amazon Prime now. They bought the rights to James Bond. So nowadays, they are searching for the next casting on who's going to play James Bond. And I don't know how they're going to do it anyways. I guess it's going to be prequel films because James Bond died in the last movie, or we presume that he died in the last movie. We never see his body. So I suppose when it comes to Hollywood, you can do whatever you want. It's like maybe, I don't know, maybe he just somehow saved himself from that huge explosion at the end of the movie. Hopefully I didn't just give away the movie. Sorry about that. Once I start talking about movies, I get distracted. Oh, where was I in the chat? Oh, Ann Dean says, hi, Chad. So good to chat with you. I was attracted to your channel through the cats. I introduced you to my mother and she was hooked. She passed away. Sorry to hear that. 97 years old is a good age, though. Like she was She's almost 100. My mother passed away when she was 59. Yeah, she was very young. Diane, oh, I'm just going back it up in the chat now. Diane is asking, have you ever had problems with ants getting into your cat food bowls? My garage cat sometimes has ants in the bowl. No, not in the bowls, but what the system I have is I open up the cans of cat food and I dump out the cat food, and then I kind of have a bag hanging there and I just put all the cans in the bag. I have seen some ants in that bag. I guess they're going for like the leftover juices in the can. And probably I should be rinsing out those cans, but then I got to walk those cans all the way somewhere and I don't know. It's not really a huge issue, to be honest, because every couple days I'm taking the bag out of there. But no, I haven't noticed any ants in the cat food dishes itself. And the cats have been eating a lot. Those three girls, Bubbles, Maggie, and Tango, they've been eating a lot since they were spayed. It's like they're really trying to get their strength back. Oh, there's somebody up that I missed. What's that? Pope R.N. Jesus? Or is that Jesus with a G? I don't recognize your name. Do you watch the channel regularly? Anyways, says, hi, Chad. I just wanted to say I admire you and your work ethic. Definitely a role model, though I do wish you had some help out there building things. Yeah, it'd be nice if I had help too, but I don't have any siblings around me and we don't have any kids. So it's not like you can just hire somebody. But I can assure you, I'm not doing anything unsafe. It would be nice to be able to finish things faster and maybe hold the wood while I'm bolting it together and stuff like that. But I've figured all that out how to do it myself. I actually like doing it myself too because it's a challenge, but I don't ever put myself in a situation where I'm doing something really purposely unsafe. I know my limits. Lalia Goodsong. What was your name again, Lalia? You told us your name. Was it Rebecca? Or was that just a made up name? Forgot already. Yeah, she says back 50 years ago, actors were revered because of how they portrayed their characters. Yeah, exactly. 30 odd years ago was a different world. It is, man. It was so different. Helen Mirren. Susan Workman says Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren, I kind of like anything that she's in. I remember watching her as a very young actress back in the day in the 80s with Harrison Ford in the movie The Mosquito Coast. Have you guys seen that where he kind of goes kind of loopy in the woods in the tropics, trying to make ice? But she was in that movie. The new Harry Potter series is replacing characters with opposite races like Snape. Yeah, I mean something like that would just bug me. And for me, it's not a race issue. It's not like I'm not a racist guy at all. I don't have a racist bone in my body. But if the book is written that the character is a white character, then a black actor shouldn't be playing it. And I know that they're just playing a character. That's what acting is. You're playing the character. So it's like a catch-22. You either do it or you don't. But I'm just of the opinion that I like to see a little bit of resemblance to the original story, so to speak. And it would never go the other way around. Like, like any famous historical black figures in history, you would never see like a white actor playing, I don't know, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. Like, you would never see a white actor playing that. And can you imagine what all of the black folks around the world would say if some movie studio cast a white actor to play Martin Luther King? It just you would be shooting yourself in the foot if you did that as a movie studio. Somebody has a question here. Saturday, what time of the day? I guess you're talking about that other video that I have to put out. I try to put all my videos out sometime in between 7 and 8. I assume that's what you're talking about. But I get talking about Hollywood, so I get all distracted. Where am I? Oh, Thomas Winters is here. He's giving me a tip. You and your farm are my celebrity, Chad. Oh, thanks, man. I'm the YouTube celebrity around here at the Hidden Spring Farm. And all our cats and our dogs and chickens and ducks and turkeys, the pigs, they're all like movie stars. It's almost like YouTube is kind of like stars. I mean, there's a lot of big channels out there, right? This woke is ruining entertainment business. I mean, it's ruining a lot of things if you think about it. I'm not a proponent or like a believer in the DEI systems that a lot of governments have created, where they're like trying to convince companies to hire people based on the color of their skin. And again, it's nothing to do with the color at all. For me, you should just be hiring the best worker for the job, whoever's the most qualified. I'm trying to think. I think it was Delta Airlines in the US. They made the news a while ago because they had this DEI program, and they were discussing it, that they wanted to have like 40% of their pilots to be African American. And I was thinking to myself, so wait a second, like, so what if there are no top quality candidates who are of African American descent? So then you're just going to be hiring African Americans just because you want to meet your 40%? Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of like Chinese pilots or Filipino pilots or white pilots or Spanish pilots, and they are more qualified, but they don't get the job. So I think that's like it's a slippery slope. I just think that's so weird. So yeah, I mean, that wokeness is kind of ruining a lot of things. Have you guys seen, I don't know how many of you are on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, but there's a story going around right now. It happened a couple days ago, where there's a young father. He is helping or assisting some way his 2 young daughters use the washroom, and he just so happens to be using the woman's washroom. Anyways, this other older guy comes in and starts berating this father and freaking out that his wife and his mother-in-law can't use the bathroom because he's in there with his 2 daughters, and he was on the phone with the police. He actually wasted taxpayer dollars and emergency services to call the police because a father was in the woman's washroom with his two young daughters. I just thought that's insane. Can you imagine the guys getting so upset about it? So I've been kind of following this story in TikTok, and there's other big name TikTokers that kind of out this guy. That's why you got to be careful what you say online. So now the guy's lost his job, right? Because the company's like, we don't want to be involved with somebody who would treat a young father in that way. So it's like it's a whole big thing on the internet now with this. The father didn't even do anything wrong. It's like he has two young daughters, so you want him to put his two young daughters in the washroom alone, knowing these, woke laws that we have nowadays. There could be a man in the woman's washroom. You don't even know who's in there. All you got to do is go in. As a father, you're protecting your girls. You're making sure that they use the toilet, clean their hands. Anyways, I don't know how many of you have seen that or how many of you are on TikTok. I just thought it was funny. Oh, Lally, a good song. Did you answer me yet? What was your name that you wanted me to call you? It wasn't Lally, a good song. Can't scroll down that far. Anyways. Did I ruin the last James Bond movie for you if you haven't seen it? Again, that was, what was the last movie? No Time to Die. That was the last James Bond movie with Daniel Craig. That was his 5-film contract. And I mean, they made the movie to look as if he was killed by the bombs that were dropped towards the end of the movie. Again, we don't see his body, but we see M and Q and all them. They're drinking a shot of scotch in his memory. So we're all made to believe, but James Bond is James Bond. He could figure out a way how to survive those bombs. Maybe he had some cast iron container in the back that he could protect himself. And Dean, Chad, your Monday videos are a great start to the week. Thanks. Bev is asking if my dad or siblings have been to the farm. My dad's been to the farm several times, and my siblings have not. Since we've had the farm, my number 2 brother, and he has a wife and 2 daughters, my 2 nieces, she got a job in England. So they're over there living and working. And they did come home for Christmas, and they visited us for a couple days, but we didn't go to the farm. We had farm guests at the farm. Plus, it's winter. There's nothing to see there anyways. But yeah, my dad's been there a few times. The other brother, he's just busy all the time. He's never been up. I dig your Darth Vader helmet. That's that helmet right there. I put on the new Hidden Spring Farm hat on him, trying to garner some attention in the thumbnail. Clever Devil has a good question. What breed or breeds will the next chicken flocks be, and which do you favor? That's a hard question to answer, to be honest, because the breeds that, I guess, if I was to have dream breeds of what I would want, it all depends on whether or not I can get them. What I think I like to have are the light Sussex breed, because the light Sussex breed was, I don't know, docile. They had smaller combs, and they're beautiful birds. But that being said, I think what I want to do this go around in our laying flock is that I just want to have a bunch of different laying breeds. I'm not going to have one little flock of Rhode Island Reds. You know what I mean? If that helps answer the question. Don't know really confirmed which breeds that I'm going to go for. Yeah, Holly, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think when you're talking about Hollywood films that are being based on a very successful, worldwide global book series, I don't think you should be changing characters like that. I just think about the superhero movies as well, people who like Marvel. And I like the Marvel movies. I do. I grew up with it. So cool that they can make those movies so good now with the computer graphics and all that. But I don't know. I feel like you can't just all of a sudden make the Hulk like a black man. Bruce Banner is a white guy. This wouldn't go over well. It's okay if there's a different Hulk who's a black guy. Create that from scratch. Don says, I live vicariously through Chad's life, LOL. My celebrity YouTube life? That was a joke, by the way. I don't mean that. That was a joke from Thomas Winters. Holly, I really like the Harry Potter movies as well. The the Warner Brothers movies that they made. I have them all. They were great movies. And I was already older, almost like I shouldn't be interested in those films, but I thought they were great fantasy movies. I like those kind of movies. I like the Lord of the Ring movies. Excellent movies. Oh, Leona. Leona's in here. I just popped in to say hi. Hi, Leona. Leona is one of the long time viewers as well. Long time viewer. I can't even tell you which video she started watching, but she's been watching for years now. I'm sure there's a lot of you that have been watching for years, but not everybody comments. Oh, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Gotcha. Lally, a good song. Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. So what's Sunnybrook Farm? Is that your farm? It's called Sunnybrook Farm. We have a Sunnybrook hospital here in Toronto. It's a very, very famous for healthcare. Okay. Holly says, how many siblings do you have? I have 2. In our family, it is 3 boys. I am the eldest. Yeah. Oh, Nettie Santos says, my 3 pups always start our Mondays with you. I get a lot of comments about people who have dogs and cats that also watch the videos. They'll sit there and watch. It's cool. Some people are having conversations. I don't even know what they're talking about. Nick Fuentes. I don't even know who that is. I went swimming and they have the universal change rooms. In my opinion, this just creates tension. Yeah, I'm sure it would. You know how uncomfortable I would feel getting undressed at a swimming pool if there was women in the room? I would feel so odd, and I'm sure women would feel that too. It's just, I don't know, we grew up in this kind of time when it's not normal. And I honestly have nothing against the other side who wants that to be normal. But I just get a real confusing look on my face when I hear some, you know, people who claim that they're sticking up for women's rights, and yet they want to have men in women's sports. So you're sticking up for the man who's saying he's a woman, but you're not sticking up for the other 4 million women around the world who want to compete in a sport. You're just sticking up for that, 0.002% of people. I don't know. Sometimes I just think, geez, what a strange time we live in, where we hire unqualified personnel, and we have literal males competing in women's sports, winning gold medals at the Olympics. Like, who would have thought that would be like a thing? Diane says, how did you choose the location of the farm? So many beautiful places in Ontario. Well, we the farm is 18 minutes down the road from our house. So the thought is we would be building our kind of forever house on the farm property. So we wanted it to be, within easy distance. I didn't want to be starting that kind of endeavor of our life if I had to drive 6 hours away. If that makes sense. Yeah, Bev, it is interesting because sometimes I'm like, what are they talking about? And then you'll see me kind of pause in the chat because my eyes are going in the chat, and I see there's like a bunch of you viewers have become friendly and you're all talking with each other. And I love that. That's just part of this awesome community that we're creating. Deb K says, hey, Chad, did you ever find out who plays in the House of Cards? I emailed you. Didn't I email you back? I'm fairly certain I emailed you back. I'm 100% certain I emailed you back. Hold on. I don't know if I can see it right now. It's what's it called? Blue Deer. That's what it's called. The group of people who sing that song, House of Cards, it's by Blue Deer. And I honestly don't know if you viewers can access the YouTube audio library. It might just be for creators, if that makes sense. Because what YouTube provides for creators like me and others is a non-copyright music. So all the music that I use on the channel, which is not in every video, I try to space it out, it's all non-copyright music. So we don't get strike. If you use like something that's copyright, you get a copyright strike. Anyways, so that's by Blue Deer, that song. So I'm sure if you type in the YouTube search, if you type in House of Cards by Blue Deer, it's going to come up. But I'm pretty sure check your spam. Maybe my email went into the spam. I actually emailed you back right away that same day, if I remember right. Thomas Winters, I'd rather watch you than go to the theater. Right on, Thomas. That's a good way to outlook on the Hidden Spring Farm. Priorities, right, Thomas? Gerald says, I agree with Bev. I look forward to them every Monday and Thursday morning. Make a coffee. That's awesome, though. You know, all you viewers, you watch us creators. I don't know how many creators you're watching on YouTube. There's a lot of us, you know, so it's like there's a lot of choices to watch. But you have to understand that us creators feel like empowered by you viewers. Or I shouldn't even say us creators. I should just be talking about myself. I feel like rewarded when I hear you viewers talking about some little way that me and the Hidden Spring Farm are affecting your life somehow. Whether you're enjoying your mornings with a coffee and you're just relaxing, or whether you're in Australia and when I release the video, that's already your nighttime and you're watching the video before you're going to bed, because we get a lot of those too. And I mean, maybe a lot of people learn stuff from me as well, which I didn't even intend. It's just kind of a natural domino effect of having a YouTube channel. There's at least a dozen videos where I am sharing my experience about raising ducks. So anybody that wants to know how to hatch ducks, how to brood ducks, how to raise ducks, how to care for ducks in the winter, how to stop your ducks from flying away, you know what I mean? How to build a pond, like all of that is all about ducks. And that's just an example about ducks. But it's just so cool to have these feelings about it anyways. Jen Lamb says, hey, Chad, are you going to start holding bubbles right now? So let me tell you this about holding bubbles, okay? So you guys have seen you guys have seen in the videos where I'm like, this is what I've been doing with bubbles. Sometimes I start at her head and I go down the neck, down the back, and then sometimes I go right up the tail. And she accepts it very well. She's even coming for more pets. It's incredible that this cat is so different. But I think it was not today, it was yesterday, where I kind of did it. I did it with two hands. So I had one hand down there, and then I kind of took another hand like this, and I kind of wrapped my fingers around her belly like that. And she didn't like it. Or at least the vibe that I got from her is that she didn't like it, because as soon as I had my two hands there, she kind of turned her head around like that, almost as if she was going to bite me. So I removed my hands right away, but then she allowed me to continue to pet her like that. So I think I got to take it really slow with her. You're okay. You're okay. Okay, where was I? Gerald says the clear panels are a nice touch. I hope you got it done on time. I did get it done what I needed to get done, but it's like the whole roof is not covered because of the way the length of the roof panels are. So for example, the roof panels we're talking about the chicken coop now, everybody. So the roof panel starts at the top and then goes down the roof. It's one panel and then a second panel, but then the one panel is here and the wall is right here. So there's maybe like 10 inches, maybe 14 inches of me having a space coming. So basically the water could run off the roof and go inside. So I'm kind of like, what I did is shoved a piece of wood under there. She's licking me. She's, what are you doing? You realize I'm trying to have a conversation with the world right now, right? Hey, you're not done? You're not finished. How could you not love this dog? But she's lucky that I'm a big, big guy. You couldn't do this with my wife. She'd knock her over. You're okay now? Can you get down so I can continue? I forgot even what I was talking about now. People are talking about how the Hidden Spring Farm and you, Olive, helps everybody's mental health. It's good for the soul. Don't lick me. Don't lick me. I don't know where your tongue's been. She is the main character. Okay, that's enough. You're heavy now. That's enough? That's enough. That's enough. Okay? I know. I love you. I love you, but you got to go down. That's enough. Whew. Holy smokes. Do any of you guys ever watch any other live streams? And if you do, is there ever a big woolly dog that is kind of inserting herself into the live stream? Or is that the only one? Is Olive the only one doing that? She's so funny. Yeah, Thomas, I hope that Bubbles will continue to get more friendly, but I definitely need to take it slow. And there's probably going to be some times where I let all the other cats out and then I'll spend time with her as well. And I'll play with her with the toys and maybe I'll sit there for a while. Prawn crackers. Our 9-year-old black rescue cat will nip you if he feels his fingers on his tummy. Yeah. And I'll tell you something else is that Bubbles is tough. Like, I mean, she's like a feisty little cat. Yesterday, I'm petting all the cats. I'm done. And then I go and I'm given treats. You know, I have the treats. I give them treats every day when they come back into the cat house. Give them treats. I got everybody treats. They all have their own little areas. And then Bubbles got her treats over here. And then Chunk finishes his treats so fast. And he came over trying to steal Bubbles' treats. And you know what Miss Bubbles does? Whacks him in the head. And Chunk took off. And she continued eating her treats because she's tough. She don't take no guff from any of the other cats, even though she's the smallest. I can feel Olive, the old English sheepdog, right now from that side of my desk, sticking her nose under where my feet are. She's licking my socks. My socks are getting all wet now and tickly. She's a literal lap dog. She's a 70-pound lap dog. Yeah, Aubrey says, my bulldog thinks she's the main character in everybody's life. Oh, yeah. You can't even have a conversation because she just comes over like, what, are you having a conversation without me? I got to be here too. You should see it if I'm giving my wife a hug or something. If we're just like hugging like that, Olive comes right in and stuffs her nose right in between our bodies, almost like she's trying to separate us. She's trouble. Maryland my mom had a Newfoundland pup that turned into a lap dog. Those Newfoundland dogs are huge. Oh, Anne of all trades has a bunny in the background. Okay. Jen Lamb. No, Chad, you're the only live streamer I watch because you're a joy to watch and listen to. That's nice. I try, but we're coming up on 2 hours. It's 5 o'clock. We've been on now for 1 hour and 59 minutes. Did I miss anybody? Some individual conversations here. Gerald says she looks so big here compared to the farm. Yeah, because this is a little area of our basement, like right up there is a window. See that window up there? That's to prove that I'm in the basement. That's why you always see me wearing like a sweater, because it's cold down here compared to upstairs. Mind you, we have the air conditioning on as well, right? It's a central air conditioning, so it always makes the basement colder than what you need, really. My cat inserts himself into work meetings too. Okay, let me get back down, finish off the chat here. Prawn crackers, 10 p.m. here in the UK. Oh, so if I go on at like 3 p.m., I guess that's a good time for North America, right? And for the UK as well, because it's just coming into the evening for you guys. But probably not for Australia. Australia is just so on the other side. Australia is like Filipino time. It's completely reverse. If it's 5 p.m. here, it's 5 a.m. over there. Bev says that time went fast. It does go fast. Sundry Tales of Constance says, you have a great group of followers. Yes, we do. It's amazing. Are you just joining us now? We've been on for 2 hours and 2 minutes. I mean, everybody's got a life, though. I can't just expect everybody to drop it. We're down to 98 viewers here, which is probably one of my lowest views live streams. Usually we have in between 200 and 400 people, but that's okay. What I'll do is I'll make a link, and I'll make a community post on the channel so that it's like an easy link that'll take you to the merch store if anybody's interested. And I'll probably be talking about it in some upcoming videos as well. Rick says, one of my cats bites my fingers and toes. Oh, Gerald, you're in Honduras? I'm watching from Honduras, probably the only viewer here, but I share your videos. 3 p.m. here. Okay. Honduras. Yeah, that's like Central America. Is that considered Central America? Psycho Trunks, 5 a.m. in the Philippines. Exactly. So you're in the Philippines, Psycho Trunks. 5 a.m. in the Philippines. Where are you in the Philippines? Whenever we visit, we go to Calamba, Laguna. Thomas Winter says, I watch another live chat. She's got 2 dogs that bark because they want to be part of the chat. But you know what? Olive, she barks. Like when we're at the farm, she barks a good amount, but she only barks when she has to bark. She doesn't bark really for no other reason. If she hears something, if she smells something, if somebody's there, if there's a car, she'll bark. And it's like a big dog bark. It's like a woof, woof, not like a ruff, ruff. Yeah, Central America. Antipolo. Where's Antipolo? That's like a part of Manila? Antipolo. I feel like I recognize it. Is that like Alabang or Las Piñas? Life goes by so fast. That's so true, Rick. Oh man, somebody's talking about pizza and chicken barbecue. Mm. Darla Schmidt, she's a subscriber, but YouTube is not letting her put any comments in the videos. Interesting, eh? I wonder what that could be. I have heard of things like that happening, but I don't know. Interesting. They're not letting you comment. Always happy to meet with all you guys. These live streams are fun. Can you imagine? I could have been doing live streams all these years. Oh well, 2 hours and 6 minutes. It's 5:07 p.m. and Olive's got to get fed soon. Oh, here's Sundry Tales. How did the heater tape work in the gutters? It worked excellent. Yeah, worked excellent. Antipolo Rizal, around an hour drive to Calamba. Oh, okay. I've heard Antipolo and Rizal, not the town, but the name Rizal, like Jose Rizal. I remember years ago we visited his house. It's a museum now in Calamba. He's one of the national heroes of the Philippines, right? Anyways, Sundry Tales. Yes, that gutter tape. There was no leaks. There was no ice dams, and it worked like a charm. So I'll be doing that from now on until there comes a time when I can do a proper repair with the insulation and all that. Anyways, so I don't know what to do about that, Darla. I don't know why YouTube is not letting you comment. I don't know. Anyways, 2 hours and 8 minutes. I'm going to close off the live stream now. It was nice hanging out for all you guys. And we'll see you on Saturday morning's comments of my video on Saturday. It's definitely a cool one. So keep an eye out, and we'll see you Saturday morning, ending the live stream now.